sound check, give me a second. Sound check. Coffee on the table, right? Good morning, good evening. Today it's what? Thursday again, Thursday everybody. Give me a second. And yes, we are live everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, students and traders all around the world. This is Mike, the FX Boss, broadcasting you live on YouTube. How is everybody? Happy Thursday. Yes, good morning, good evening. Yes, everybody, it's all about 2026. And what do we have today? Today we have lesson 44, how to find the original Fibonacci in a downtrend, everybody. Okay, so open NZD-CAD. I'm going to clone my chart here, clone chart. Alright, everybody, open NZD-CAD. This is going to be the example today, NZD-CAD. NZD-CAD monthly chart, everybody. You not you look at NZD-CAD, right? NZD-CAD monthly chart. Alright. Now, when you are charting by yourself, what is the first thing you need to do, everybody? Type in the chat. What is the first thing you need to do when you chart by yourself? Yes, settings, right? Give me a second. I'm going to general settings, GMT chart, GMT. Alright, so it's okay. JForex, yes. Okay, Paul says the first thing I need to do is to put the monthly bands. Agreed, everybody? So the first thing to do, you need to identify the monthly bands. Alright, so today we have NZD-CAD on the show. Alright, something like this, right? Good morning, Alex, how are you? Okay, everybody, where would you start your... So today we have how to find the original Fibonacci in a downtrend. Where would you start, everybody? Your A, would you start at the first circle, your A? Would you start at the second circle, your A? Would you start at the third circle, your A? Would you start at the fourth circle, your A? Or would you start at the fifth circle, your A? Where would you start your down ABCD? NZD-CAD monthly chart today. Alright, so A, we're going to have the A, right? We're going to have the A. We're going to have the, whoops, we're going to have the B. We are going to have the C, whoops, ABC. ABC, give me a second, and finally we are going to have the D, right? Romildo, bom dia. ABCD, Romildo is on the cell phone. Romildo está no celular, cara. ABCD. Romildo, let me see, deixa ver, Romildo. So, Starlink, frete grátis, Magazine Luiza, Starlink, kit Starlinks, Romildo, deixa ver quanto custa. If you're without the internet, everybody. 1400, Romildo. 1,400 reais, roughly 1,500 reais. Ok. E 15% de desconto no Pix, Romildo. Romildo, they give you 15% of discount. Everybody, if you have internet problems, buy Starlink, tenta comprar Starlink, ok? Parcela em 300 mil, 1500 pila, Romildo. Ok, Starlink in Brazil too. Back to the charts, where would you start? LXS fourth, ok? Gente vai começar no quarto, alright, so this is a no-brainer, ok? Romildo says thank you. So that's the A, esse é o nosso A. Alright, and now which one is the B? Qual vai ser o B? A, B, C, D. Everybody are building your charts. Estão fazendo os gráficos. A, B, C, D. Which one is the B? Is the first circle the B? Qual vai ser o B? O primeiro círculo. Is the second circle the B? O segundo círculo. Or is the third circle the B? Which one is the B? Qual vai ser o B? Primeiro círculo, segundo, terceiro? Yes, everybody, it's all about 2026 now, talking about trading, falando do trading, tudo se resume no 2026. Alright, which one is the B? First circle, second circle, third circle, qual vai ser o B? Primeiro, segundo, terceiro? Who is going to buy a house next year with trading? Who is going to buy a car, a new car, next year with trading? Who is going to buy a vacation next year with trading? Type in the chat me. It's all about next year. It's all about, yeah, it's almost December, right? Okay, if you didn't make any money, I'm sorry to tell you, right? But if you didn't make any money so far, no, don't stress. Make sense, everybody? Se você não fez grana nenhuma até agora, cara, dezembro, why would you stress in December? Relax, go party, relaxa, vai festar. Alex says second. Alex, why not the first one? Attention to the detail, everybody. Alex says the second circle is the B. Why not the first one? Alex, por que não o primeiro? Boss, can I buy a house next year with trading? Absolutely you can. Why not? Advanced Trader Talk. Why not? Boss, can I buy a car next year with trading? Sure, why not? We have great capital partners. Make sense, everybody? Yeah, fair enough. Depends where you live, exactly. Depends where you live, fair enough. Everybody, it's just an idea, right? We're brainstorming, you know. You need to understand, contrary to 99% of other YouTube channels that most likely you are watching, alright, you must understand that you need to make only 10% per year. Example. Yeah, as much as possible, but you need to make 10% per year. Can you make 10% per year? My daughter can make 10% per year trading. She's 9. Can you make a freaking 10% per year? Trading part-time. Can you do this? Is this doable for you, everybody? Can you do this 10% per year? Exactly. Now, how much is 10% on $1 million? 100,000, right? Would 100,000 euros or dollars per year trading part-time because you made a humble freaking 10% change your life? Not a lot, but would it change a little bit? To buy a new car? Maybe, fair enough, maybe not a new house, but you need. I don't see two candles on the right and on the first circle. That's on you. Alex, look at your charts, everybody, attention to the detail. When we do these exercises, don't look at my chart, look at your chart. Okay? The B is the first circle, everybody. Okay? Horizontal lines, we have the A, we have the B, Alex, we have two candles on the left and two candles on the right. Fibonacci retracement tool from B to A. It's all about 2026, everybody. Who is going to buy a new car with trading next year? Who is going to buy a new house with trading next year? Type in the chat me, oh, I'm going to buy a new car with trading next year. Oh, I'm going to buy a new house with trading next year. Okay, everybody, so ABCD, which one is the C? Qual vai ser o C? Is the first circle the C? Or is the second circle the C? Which one is the C, everybody? The C is the highest point inside the AB boundary after the B, before the market hits the appropriate extension. Alright? Which one is the C? First circle, second circle? Some of you are not able to type on YouTube, type on Teams. Which one is the C? First circle, second circle? Quem vai comprar um carro novo ano que vem com o trading? Who is going to buy a new car with trading? Can you make 10% per year, everybody? Without stressing. Alex says second. Excellent, very good. Alright, so gringo, whoops, maybe not. So I need to verify the C. And the market didn't touch the blue, right? The market did not touch the blue. Maybe what? I can type on YouTube, says Olga, no problem. Type on Teams. And green goes to green. Ramiro says second. Olga is saying hello, everybody. Green goes to green. Which one is the D? Qual vai ser o D? The first circle is the D, or the second circle is the D? Somebody's asking, can I really buy a car next year with trading? Why not? Why not? Homework, type down why not. Can I really buy a house next year with trading? Why not? Why not? You're in the right place. We are telling you things that 99% of other YouTube channels are telling you exactly the opposite. If you can make a humble 10% per year with capital partners like Darwinex and Axie, you can start changing your life. Make sense? You don't need to do 30% per year. You don't need to, make as much money as you can, but you don't need to do like something like Superman style. Make sense? You can change your life with making just 10%. My daughter, she's 9, she's making 10% per year. You know? Make sense, everybody? First one says, Alex, qual vai ser o ponto de primeiro, segundo? Who is going to buy a new car next year from trading? Type in the chat me. Who is going to buy the new house next year from trading? Type in the chat me. It's all about next year now, 2026. All of you guys are correct. Romildo also, primero, correct, everybody. So as always, right, we're going to readjust Fibonacci in a downtrend now. A goes to C and B goes to D, right? A vai pro C, B vai pro D, A goes to C. Everybody are building your charts. We are on NZDK monthly chart first, then we're going to go to NZDK daily chart. This is now the new, we have the new A and we have the new B. We're going to zoom out the chart, A, B, C, D, give it a second, alright. Which one is the C, everybody? Is the first circle the C? Is the second circle the C? Or is the third circle the C? Qual vai ser o C? Primeiro círculo, segundo, terceiro. See, everybody, is Fibonacci that difficult to learn? Fibonacci è tan difícil di aprender? Is Fibonacci that difficult to learn? Is Fibonacci that difficult to understand? Next week we're going to talk about trading the Fibonacci, but so far this is the package of pictures. The original Fibonacci, we use the original Fibonacci to determine trend direction. Gente usa Fibonacci original para determinar direção. Then we compare trend direction from the larger time frame to the lower time frame. Depois a gente compara direção do tempo gráfico maior do tempo gráfico menor. So talking about EuroCAD, right, everybody? We finished yesterday talking about EuroCAD. You know, how is the trend direction, you know? ABCD, ABCD. Alright? Just an example. And back to NZDCAD, Olga says the first, Ramildo the first one. All of you are correct, everybody. So that's the C, right? That's the C, and attention to the detail. Did it touch the blue or did it not? Give me a second, everybody. Did the market touch the blue? No, it did not, right? If you are uncertain, you need to put the wedge here on JForex. So high 95169, 9516, and the blue it's 9518. So the market did not touch the blue. Ok, o mercado não atingiu o azul. So it's still green goes to green. Alright, everybody? Green goes to green. Give me a second. Now, which one is the D? Qual é o D? Is the first circle the D? Is the second circle the D? Or is the third circle the D? Which one is the D, everybody? Marcus saying, I want a new Porsche next year. Okay, Marcus, great, you know, why not? Why not? Of course, advanced trader talk, right? Not beginner, analyst. It's all about 2026, everybody. Okay, I want you to think big, you know. Why wouldn't you buy a new car with trading, from trading next year? Why wouldn't you buy a new house? And so on. Somebody says, a new pony, well, why not, right? Olga says second. Second is the D, everybody. Green goes to green, right? Down, 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 down. This is the market. And so that's the C. And down to here, this is the D. And one more time, right? The D must be a low in a down Fibonacci sequence. So that's the D. Now A goes to C. O A vai para o C, and B goes to D. B vai para o D, B goes to D. Fibonacci retracement tool from B to A. And if you want, again, you can chart A to B, B to C, C to D, A to B, B to C, C to D. Alright, everybody, can you see it? Okay, there is no right or wrong. Talking about being a great analyst first, the institutional method, the institutional trader understanding, you know, how you're going to become, how you're going to develop from a great analyst, not perfect. Today, this morning, me and Olga, we had a quick coaching session, right, Olga? Just chatting, okay? Not being a perfect analyst, but being a good analyst, you know. So how we're going to develop into a trader, everybody? Why is the market falling as we speak? You know? ¿Por qué el mercado está descendo? I mean, just you know, bluntly, you know, just general conversation, right? You know, why is, you know, somebody's going to sell NZD and is going to win, you know, and they're going to say, oh, you have a crystal ball, oh, you are so smart, you know. Why is the market falling? You know? Is the market trending down on NZD monthly chart? O mercado está descendo do modo geral no NZD Canadá gráfico mensal. Is the market falling down, everybody? Generally speaking, not strategy, falando de jeito geral. Is the market falling? Type in the chat, no, the market is not falling, or type in the chat, yeah, it's falling, and why is the market falling? You know, just an example. Okay, in the meantime, everybody, which one is the C? Enquanto isso, qual ponto C? Is the first circle the C, or is the second circle the C? Alright, now the D green goes to green, you know, the projected D extension, of course, is down in here, right? This is the projected D extension, edit label, projected the everybody, you're going to see in the Fibonacci mastery extension how trading Fibonacci, I mean, it's easy, you know, relatively easy. Which one is the C, everybody? First circle, second circle. Qual vai ser o seu? Primeira ou segunda? Which one is the C? Qual é o ponto C? Everybody listen to me. I know it's funny, but still, you know, if you didn't, I'm talking to advanced traders, if you didn't make any money until November, don't stress in December. Go party. You know, if you didn't make any relevant money until December, so go party, you know, don't stress. Okay? This business is not a common business, you know. Companies, traditional companies, they want to, you know, finish the year with good numbers. They're going to break your balls to sell as much as you can, you know, and push you to work like a horse. You know, we need to finish the year with balance and, you know, in this business, calling the financial market and trading, December, relax. Okay? If you didn't make any money until now, go party. That's an order. That's an order. Se você não fez grana nenhuma até dezembro, vai curtir a vida. Alright, everybody? Does this make sense to you? Exactly, the first one. The first one is the C, everybody, okay? O primeiro. Okay, check your charts. Do you have the same... Check your charts on NZDCat, everybody. Do you have the same Fibonacci as I do? Você tem o mesmo Fibonacci que eu? Everybody, do you have the same Fibonacci as I do? So, why not the one touching the red line? Alex, what is the rule on the C? Alex, what is the rule on the C? Alex has a great question. Why not? Why is the C not this circle? Everybody. Alice is asking why it's not this the C. What is the rule? You need to learn the rules, everybody. It's not that difficult. Romildo primero, yes. The C is the highest point inside the AB boundary. Drum rolls, please. After the B. Alex, can you see? O C vem depois do B. You cannot go back in time, everybody. The vertical line is the B. You cannot go back in time to chart the C. The C comes after the B because it's a sequence. Ask as many questions as you can. The C is a sequence, right? A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. Okay, Alex? Check your charts. Do you have the same as I do? The C is the highest point, not necessarily a high. It can be a high, but not necessarily a high. After the B, before the market hits the appropriate D extension. Reread those. Reread. Okay. Do you have the same chart as I do on NZDCat? Would you make some money if you would short the Fibonacci? We are not trading the monthly chart, but you know, just to motivate you, would you make some money if you would trade the Fibonacci on NZDCat monthly chart? No, this is not a concept, it's for real. I mean, of course, it takes you a decade, but still, you know. Fibonacci has a tradable edge. It's going to win on average 7 times out of 10 on the daily. Make sense, everybody? Same goes for the monthly, same goes, I mean, I can tell you higher numbers too, but it's okay like this. Olga saying, yes, we would make some money. Everybody, homework, if you're on Teams, confirm your Fibonacci. Olga and Alex and Romildo, are you confirming your Fibonaccis with someone? Alright, everybody, now let's open Euro, not Euro, NZD daily chart. NZD daily chart. Alright. As always, you need to go on the monthly chart first. Then you need to chart the monthly bands when you're doing this by yourself. Okay. And let me see, can I go daily? Can I compress that? There you go, okay. Alright. Everybody, where would you start your down ABCD? Would you start at the first circle? Onde você vai começar o Fibonacci, Romildo? Second circle, third circle, where would you start the daily? Fourth circle, fifth circle, or sixth circle, where would you start your down Fibonacci on NZD daily chart? Both way, other people are charting Fibonacci in other way. Well, if I'm honest, number one, I don't know. I don't know why people are doing, I've learned like this, Okay. The only thing I can tell you is that the way I do it, I can have 3 different analysts looking at the same chart. One is sitting in Japan, the other one is in Germany, and the other one is in Canada, and they're looking at the same chart and they're going to have exactly the same Fibonacci parameters. Does this make sense? Heraldo is calling this Fibonacci the objective Fibonacci. Okay? Subjective means that you can throw Fibonacci wherever you want. This is not like this. Fibonacci has strict rules. Olga says the sixth. Olga, why not the fifth like Alex? Everybody? Olga says we're going to start at the sixth circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why not the fifth, Olga? I need you to learn the rules. Everybody? Up Fibonacci sequence rule, the A is the first, so in an up Fibonacci, right? Up Fibonacci sequence, the A is the first low, the absolute low is the lowest low, is the starting point of a sequence. So, in a down Fibonacci sequence rules. The capital A is the first high, the highest high, the absolute high is the starting point of a sequence. Alright, everybody, that's the rule. Down Fibonacci sequence rules. The A is the first high. So of course this is not the first high. Agreed, the first high would be this, right? But it's also the highest high. So this is not the highest high, this is the highest high. Is the absolute high, that's not the absolute, this is the absolute high. Is the starting point of a down sequence. This is not a starting point because to get back up, this is the starting point of the sequence. So Romelu is saying that the absolute high is the starting point. Makes sense, everybody? You know, when the rule gets hit most of the time, so the highest high, the absolute high, the starting point of a sequence, alright everybody? I mean, it depends how you look at the chart, you know. Okay, so the fifth circle was the correct answer. We are ends decade, everybody. Let's see if we can finish for today. Hopefully, you know. And so we identified our A, everybody. That's the A. Which one is our B? Qual vai ser o nosso B? Is the first circle our B? Is the second circle our B? Is the third circle our B? Attention to the detail. Or is the fourth circle our B? Okay. So boss, swing low to swing high and the Fibonacci is wrong. In my humble opinion, yes, it's totally wrong. I don't know who invented this philosophy, example, you know. I mean, there is no right or wrong in strategies and there is no right or wrong in charting, but talking about concepts, you know. Which one is the B, everybody? Qual vai ser o B? First circle, second circle, third circle, fourth circle. Boss, what capital partner do you recommend? Well, I don't recommend anything, but we are working, or I am working with Darwinex, and I am working with Axie so far, right? By the way, let's see how Heraldo is doing, guys. I almost forgot. How is Heraldo doing on Axie? We funded Heraldo's account. So that's the account so far. Oh, Heraldo is up. Heraldo just recovered. We're at $1,002, you know. And by the way, this is the dashboard. Give me a second, everybody. That's the dashboard. We're testing Axie as a partner. Okay, let's go to Axie Select. So 60, Heraldo has 60, you know. Now Heraldo must make only, you know, Heraldo must make only 7%. You know, Heraldo must recover. Okay. See everybody here, maximum funding $1 million. You know. Try to open your mind to possibilities that you can buy a car next year with trading. You can buy, maybe not a new house in Dubai, but whatever, you know. But if you can make 10%, you know. Make sense, everybody? And they give you your profit share. They give you 80%, you know. Here they give you 70%. Here it's relatively easy to come to 200,000. I'm telling you, this is, I mean, this is really a no-brainer to come to here. And of course, get more challenging up in here, but still doable, you know. Make sense, everybody? Who is going to buy a new car next year? All right. And talking about Darwinex, right? Darwinex Zero, Darwinex Drawdown. Give me a second. Best broker no, not this one, not this one, not this one. Darwinex. Give me a second, everybody. No, not this one. Not this one, not this one, not this one. Need to go to on Google, everybody. Give me a second. Darwinex drawdowns, all Darwin Zero, maybe here, all drawdowns. Give me a second, everybody. Give me a second. Alright, this is Darwinex. Alright. The first one, it's managing 17 million euros. This one is managing 11 million euros, 7 million, 4 million, 2 million, 2 million, 2 million, 2 million, 1, 1, 1. Okay. 14% drawdown, 13% drawdown, 15% drawdown. This guy has 19% drawdown and is managing almost 5 million euros on Darwinex. This guy is a 90% drawdown, is managing 2 million euros on Darwinex. See everybody? 17% drawdown. Okay? Open your brain to possibilities. And give me a second. Let's close, you know. Too much stuff, right? Give me a second. And EuroCAD daily chart. Back to EuroCAD daily chart here. Give me a second, everybody. Whoops. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, Ramil, thank you very much. Second says Alex. Which one is the B? Alright. And the answer is yes, that's the B, everybody. Okay, so we're going to remove the monthly bands. Horizontal line, that's the A. The B is the first low as soon as possible after the B. Attention to the detail here, that's the B. Fibonacci retracement tool. Up, 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 up. Okay, now we're going to compress the chart. Which one is the C? Qual vai ser o C? Which one is the C? Oh, Romildo is out, so I'm going to talk only English, everybody. Which one is the C? The first, the second circle is the C, the third circle is the C, is the fourth circle is the C, is the fifth circle the C, or is the sixth? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which one is the C, everybody? Qual vai ser o ponto C? Todd on Teams. Boss, can we trade Axie and Darwinex? Sure, why not? You can do whatever you want. Okay. Everybody, which one is the C? Boss, why don't you like prop companies? Because prop companies can disappear tomorrow. Okay? Prop companies can disappear tomorrow. They are not licensed. They don't need to have a license. Tomorrow they can steal your money and disappear. Okay? It doesn't matter what prop company. Okay? They can disappear tomorrow. Axie, it's a broker with a license. Darwinex, it's a broker with a license. Okay, they have capital requirements. You can build a prop for everybody if you want. Just build a website and start collecting money. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Olga says the sixth one is the C. Do we agree, everybody, that the C is the sixth one? So A, B, C. Alex, do you understand why this is the C, Alex, on YouTube? The C, Alex, is A to B. The C is the highest point inside the AB boundary after the B before the market hits the appropriate extension. Alex, which one is the highest point? Is the first circle, as you said, or is the sixth circle the highest point? Alex and everybody else. That's why you are using the horizontal lines. Everybody, make sense? Use the horizontal lines to help yourself. The C is the highest point inside the AB boundary after the B before the market hits the appropriate extension. Alex, are we clear, Alex and everybody else? If green goes to green, sixth, exactly. Alright, we found the C. Now green goes to green. Projected the extension is here. The market did not stop at the green, the market went down. And the D must be a low. So that's the D. We're moving the chart. We're moving the horizontal line and down, 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 down. That's the low. Can you see everybody? Alex says, yes, sir. As always, horizontal line, A goes to C. We're going to readjust the Fibonacci in a downtrend. A goes to C, B goes to D, down here, B goes to D, and Fibonacci retracement tool. We're going to stretch. Now we have a new Fibonacci. Moving forward, moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. Alright, Alex, which one is the C? Is the first circle the C, or is the second circle the C? Alex, which one is the C? Is the first circle the C, everybody, or is the second circle the C? Especially Alex, which one is the C? And then green goes to green. This is now the extension. Right, everybody? Which one is the C? Dave, Juan, Habib, if you're online. Olga, second. Exactly. The second is the C. The second is the highest point inside the AB boundary after the B, before the market hits the appropriate extension. And which one is the D now? Attention to the detail. Is the first circle the D? Is the second circle the D? Or is the third circle the D? Which one is the D? We found the C. Now we need to find the D. Everybody, which one is the D? The second, exactly. The D must be a low, everybody. The first circle, the market didn't hit the green. And the second circle is, we can see it with the eye, right? That's the low. The D must be a low in a down Fibonacci sequence. Now back to the Fibonacci's, and as always, A goes to C. C is down in here. A goes to C, B goes to D. D down in here, B goes to D, and we have a new down Fibonacci sequence on NZDK daily chart. And as always, repeatable, right? We're going to repeat the process, right? It's always the same. And moving forward, moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. Wow, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. All right. Which one is the C, everybody? Is the first circle the C? Is the second circle the C? Or is the third circle the C? Which one is the C, everybody? Qual vai ser o ponto C? Which one is the C? The first circle, the second circle, or the third circle? Olga, now on YouTube, the second circle. Everybody, which one is the C? The first, the second, or the third? Okay. The third? Well, it depends, right? Everybody, can you see now that the market, talking about the extension, right? Can you see that the market hit the red and the blue in here? Can you see, everybody? The market was retracing, and then it went down to here when it hit the blue and the red, right? So I need to now go into the chart and see and check, did the market touch the blue? Did the market touch the blue? No, it did not, right? Can you see it, everybody? The market did not touch the blue. If the market would touch the blue, I'm going to just confirm with the widget. It's high 92807 and it's 9284. So the market didn't touch the blue. Okay. But you must pay attention to this detail, everybody. Okay. If the market would touch the blue up in here, but it didn't, then this would be the C. Make sense, everybody? Because this would be the sequence. So because the market didn't touch the blue, the third circle is the C. Okay, everybody? The third circle is the C. Congratulations to you. Yes, Olga, I know. Okay. Now, talking about trading, right? Okay. Let's brainstorm something, everybody. Talking about trading, you know, if you would short the market in here, example, with a counter trend line break, okay, in here, if you would put the stop loss up in here above the A, if you would put the profit take on the appropriate extension, which is the green down in here, and if you would not manage your trade, can you see that the market would give you money and more money and more money, and then would retrace, and then the market would give you more money and more money and more money. The market would almost hit your D extension, but because you didn't manage the trade, and I'm not suggesting anything, I'm just trying to brainstorming an idea with you, because you didn't manage the trade, the market would go back to break even, and now you would be in a losing position. Can you see it, everybody? Okay. The market would give you money from here to here. Example, April to March, you know, and it's next year to 20. So for 1 year the market would give you money, but if you would not manage the trade, then it would take you, on the daily chart, it would take you roughly 2 years. Can you see it, everybody? You could have pocketed all of this money if you would manage the trade, but if you choose not to, which you can, it's your business. You don't need to manage trades if you don't want to, but then you would need to wait for 2 years for the market to give you the money. Can you see it, everybody? No, this is not a strategy, I'm brainstorming an idea. Okay. Anyway, that's the C. Alright, that's the C, and everybody, which one is the D? Is the first circle the D? Is the second circle the D? Is the third circle the D? Is the fourth circle the D? Or is the fifth circle the D? Which one is the D, everybody? Boss, do you have Fibonacci trading signals? Yes, we do. We have Fibonacci trading signals, everybody. But you must be in the Forex course to have access to those signals. Okay? Can I have signals without being the Forex course to? No, you can't, I'm sorry. We don't want, everybody, I'm going to be blunt and honest with you. I don't want a freaking investor to call me and break my balls. Oh, what is the market doing right now? Oh, why is the market doing this? Oh, why is the market, you know? If you get educated on how this market works, then you can have the signals, not really a problem. Okay? But why would you have signals and pay for signals when you can do this by yourself? It's the big deal. Alright, everybody? Hedge fund trader Alex, hedge fund trader Olga on YouTube, hedge fund trader Dave, Habib. Which one is the D? Julius, Melissa, and Ricky, which one is the D? The first circle, second circle, third, fourth, or fifth? The second. Alex, what about you? What about you, Alex? Which one is the appropriate D extension? So the market hit the blue. The market broke the blue retracement on the C. Did not touch the red, so blue goes to blue. Now this is now the market at the blue, right? And so the first circle is not. Second, says Alex, so the first circle is not. So is the second circle a low? Down, 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 and yes. So the second circle is a low, everybody, right? That's the second circle. That's the D. And before we finish for today, everybody, A goes to C, right? A goes to C, A goes to C, and B goes to D, right? B goes to D. And now you have a new Fibonacci sequence, right? Everybody, we are on NSD candle daily chart. 1, 2, 3. 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Alright. If you would trade the Fibonacci sequence in the right way, would you make money 3 times on the daily chart trading the original Fibonacci, everybody? ABCD, ABCD. Well, we really came to the last Fibonacci, right? That's the daily. A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, right? And A to B, B to C, C to D. Can you see it, everybody? Alright? Now, me and Olga talked about the market wave. You're going to find that the market wave, market structure trends on NSDK daily chart quite different compared to the Fibonacci, everybody. Don't mix the two patterns. Okay, so we found the most recent Fibonacci on NSDK daily chart. Alright, everybody, this is the most recent Fibonacci on NSDK daily chart. Okay, if you would trade the market in the direction on the Fibonacci, would you make some money? Boss, but it takes a long time. Yes, it does. The hard time frames take more time. But if you would sell the C, you know, would you make some money, everybody? It takes some time, fair enough. The markets sometimes are not efficient, a lot of consolidation, indecision, up and down, you know, but nevertheless, would you make some money? Can you do this? Can you buy a car next year with trading? Can you buy a house next year with trading? Can you do this? Is Fibonacci that difficult? Okay. Does Fibonacci you can question me and prove me wrong. Does Fibonacci have a statistically proven edge so far based on what you're seeing? Exactly. Before you finish, everybody, next week is the last week that you can take advantage of these packages, alright? There is no right or wrong, it's not mandatory, everybody. Don't let 2026 to be just another year, especially the one who are 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years in the markets. Okay? Those are the packages. It's a lot of money as always. Yes, it is. Make no mistakes. But you also get all the... Okay, everybody? Boss, can I join virtual office next year? If you are we're going to talk, okay, everybody? Everybody is a little bit different. Okay? We're going to have some internships next year talking about the virtual office. Okay? But the virtual office, it's not for beginner traders. Does this make sense? There is only one purpose in the virtual office, and it's to make money. And it's an aggressive game. Make sense? Like in the movies, you know. There is no more charting. Oh, let's see if this is the correct Fibonacci. Virtual office is just trading, you know. There is no charting there. We're using charts, but to enter setups and to manage trades. There is no charting in the virtual office. Okay, so it's not suitable. Oh, but I have the money. I don't need the money. I'm looking for traders. Okay. Thank you anyway. Alright, everybody. This is our last class of the week. Build your charts. Okay. Homework. Build your homework. Homework. Clone chart. NZD-CAD. Homework. Until Monday. Homework. Build NZD-CAD weekly chart with the Fibo, which means the Fibonacci. Okay, everybody? Have a great weekend. See you. Oh, Geraldo just lost a little bit. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you back on Monday. Otherwise, see you back on Saturday. We have 1 or 2, maximum 2 more Saturdays. We're going to finish the extra course, learn how to make big money as a trader. Saturday, same time. Okay? Thank you very much, everybody. See you back on Monday. Or see you back on Saturday. Now I'm going to yell at I'm going to yell at Geraldo. This is the boss.